We are at episode 19 of Days, and we come a long way, but we still have a little bit more to go before the conclusion. So at this week's episode, we have come to the conclusion with Seiseki beating Seikan with 4-3, and it was a pretty intense game between the two. But now we are getting ready for nationals. So, the practice match and everything is finished. Their summer camp is finished, and now the school's preparing. All schools that have soccer teams are preparing to go to nationals. So before that, after the game with Seikan and Seiseki, we have our Kazuma. Remember, his mother was there. So he goes to approach his mother and bring in Tsukamoto with him. And it was a very delicate moment during this episode, because remember, at the time, Kazuma's mom left about 7-8 years ago, leaving possibly with his sister or some type of family member while he was still a child. So he has not seen her for all these amount of years. But Kazuma took note of what type of person she was. Like, she twirls her parasol when she's happy. He takes note of her jet black hair. So we can say for certain that Kazuma does not hold any grudges towards his mother. He even goes to tell his mother that he was glad that he met Tsukamoto, and that to him Tsukamoto is an amazing friend. And we see that his mother is a very soft-spoken person, and she does love her son very much. I kind of wish they went deeper into like why his mother had to leave him all those years ago. But for the fact that these two, while they are awkward because they haven't seen each other, there's still that connection and that respect towards a mother and her child. And even Kazuma goes as far as to tell his mother that they are going to nationals during the winter, and that he hopes that she comes, in which she says yes. So it ends off on a good note, and hopefully, probably in the near future, if this show does get a season 2, we get to delve more into their relationship and see how they can patch up some of the things that separated them for so much years. Now, the one thing that really stood out in this episode was the fact of, the topic being that after nationals, if Seiseki does not win and go on to nationals and wins nationals, if say like they lose in the first preliminary round, that's it for the 3rd years. And that's the one thing when you watch sports anime and it deals with, within the high school setting and such, there's always the 3rd years. And that's the saddest part, because if the school does not win and does not win the championship, that means, they gave in the hard work and everything, but that means that like they did not reach where they wanted to. They did not get to their goals, so therefore their dreams are crushed, and the 3rd years are left without, ever getting that win that they truly wanted and deserved. So this is something that Tsukamoto, while he was playing, he never really realized until they made that note saying that this may be the last chance for the 3rd years if they truly want to win at nationals, that if they don't win and continue winning on, that they will lose. Now, within the nationals, there are at least, there's the fearsome 4 throughout the Japan region. And those fearsome 4, one being Seiseki, the other being Sakuragi, the other being a school that we have not seen as of yet, but we're possibly going to see them in the last 4 or 5 episodes. The school by the name of Tennouzu, and then the next school would have been Touin. That school they consider as the king, the one that has not been beaten for the past 5 years when it came down to the national. So it's up to these 4 schools to determine who will be the winner. Will it be Touin, who has been the undisputed king for 5 years in the Tokyo region, or will it be the other school, Sakurai, that's the new uprising school, Seiseki, who's known for their tradition and being that badass school, or the veterans, Tennouzu? That's going to determine who will win during the nationals. So we also see where there was a talk between, Kimishida and Oshiba, and Tsukamoto was there. And Oshiba, even though he's the type of guy that doesn't seem, he's more of like, the muscle guy, he doesn't have much of the brains, but he brought up a very interesting topic, saying that, they have to start thinking about the 3rd years leaving. So that means they have to start preparing from now. that they can't wait until the third years leave, and that's when they start preparing for the next year games. They have to start from now so they can continue building up for the newest generations like Tsukamoto, Kazuma, and everybody else that's going to come after them. So Oshiba, there was a reference that he made about Naruto, that Mizuki was using his Sharingan in the game, but not in the game between Seikan. It was like the first game that they started for nationals, for the preliminaries. They already won the game. They didn't show it, but it's noted that they won their first game. So he made a reference to Naruto, which I did find funny. But nonetheless, he told that he's going to become a legend. He's going to be the captain after the third year leaves, and then he's even going so far as to say that he's going to continue to be a legend even during Tsukamoto's time when he's a third year, not realizing that he's already graduated because he is a year older than Tsukamoto and Kazuma. So even though it seemed like really funny, he did bring out a good point saying that right now they have to start building up for the future. They can't wait until the third years leave. They have to start now building themselves up, making themselves stronger, making them well known, so that other people who are saying coming from middle school and are looking for schools, they can go to a strong school with a strong soccer team that they can join in hopes that they can win all of these games that are in the near future. So it does give Tsukamoto the hope that, even though he's worried for the future, all he can do right now is focus in the present, focus in the now, and see what he can do to help benefit the team to ensure that they do win, and that, all the hard work does not go to waste, especially for the third years. So that was basically it for this week's episode. It just showed us, finally it showed us that the third years really do matter, and that they have a limited time set, and there's going to be a lot more competition. It's going to be a lot more harder, and we're just going to see who's going to be victorious by the end of it. So if you guys saw this week's episode of Days, episode 19, do drop a comment down below on how you felt about this week's episode. What are your thoughts for next episode to come? The links are in the description box as always, so you guys could go check that out. And I'm Kimmy Chan of Anime Legends Podcast, and I will see you guys later. Bye!